flowing originally in heaven, and therefore called Swarganga. The heavenly Ganga, the river, was brought down to earth by the severe penances of Bhagirath, great grandson of the mythical monarch Sagar.
According to Vedic scriptures, in the past age, in Satyuga, lived a king named Sagar, king of Aud, the 13th ancestor of Lord Rama. He performed a holy yajna, the Ashwamedh yajna or horse sacrifice, 99 times. The ceremony consisted of sending a horse, the symbol of his power, around the world, challenging to all the earth to arrest its progress. If the horse returned unopposed, it was understood to be an acceptance of the supremacy of the king. Now the king made preparations for the 100th yajna.
Sagar, wishing to attain the title of universal monarch, arranged to perform a horse sacrifice. Consecrating the right horse, he loosened it to wander freely all over the earth, guarded by 60,000 sons. The roaming of a sacrificial horse for a year symbolized the sovereignty of a monarch. Over all the lands the horse wandered and challenged Indra, the Lord of Heaven, jealous of the power and glory that Sagar would gain by the successful completion of the sacrificial, and afraid that the king might seek for dominion in heaven itself. Carried the horse away and left it to grave in the underworld near the hermitage of Kapila, a mighty sage who, having adopted a vow of complete silence, was performing austerities. Searching high and low on earth and not finding the horse, the 60,000 princes went down into the underworld, and seeing Kapil, asked if he had seen their father's sacrificial horse. When annoyed by the sage's silence, they insulted him. Kapil opened his eyes in anger and burned them all to ashes. After waiting for several years, the old king sent his eldest grandson, Amsumat, in search. Amsumat recovered the horse and brought back news that the ashes of his uncles were lying unconsecrated for want of their proper funeral rites, and that only the holy waters of the heavenly river could purify them so that their souls would go to heaven. His son Bhagirath undertook the task of bringing Ganga to earth, performing hundreds of years of severe penance in the Himalayan mountains until the goddess, pleased, agreed to come down. If someone could support her fall so that its force would not shatter the earth's surface and destroy her life, nobody could be found fit to do this except Shiva, who, as a lord of beings, possessed the power to support Ganga's descent. Bhagirath went back to the mountains to perform more austerities, this time to please Shiva. Shiva agreed to bear the river on his head and let her flow down gently to the earth, but Ganga, exulting in her own power, fell on Shiva's head with such force that he, the god, infuriated, bound her up in his matted locks. Bhagirath left his kingdom and once more began a series of penances to make Shiva relent, and succeeded. The great god unbound one of his locks to allow part of the river to flow down gently. Chastened, Ganga followed Bhagirath to where the unconsecrated ashes of his ancestors lay in the underworld in a pile. But then was not the end of Bhagirath's trials and tribulations. On her way, the river inundated the sacrificial grounds of another irascible sage, Jahanu, who was performing sacrificial rites at that moment and was swallowed up in one mouthful by him. He was yet another bout of hardship of penance for Bhagirath. The sage, pleased with his dedication and loyalty to the family, relented and let the river out through 1 year. Hence the river was reborn as it were, as a daughter of Jahanu. Her waters inundated and purified the ashes of Sagar's 60,000 sons, who were unable to reach heaven. The huge concourse of waters formed a deep ocean and to honor Sagar, it was named Sagar after him. and to honor that long-suffering and pious monarch, Bhagirath, Ganga was named Bhagirathi. The name is still used for one of the three Himalayan rivers that join to form the great river Ganga, before it comes bursting south in the gorge, through the gorge at Hardwar, the gateway of Har or Shiva. The other two rivers are known as Mandakini and Alaknanda. Ganga is described as triple streamed because one stream still flows in heaven, one on earth, and a third in the underworld.
If you like the video, show some support by subscribing the channel. Thank you.